Cool. Welcome to a Geek Alley Gaming, and this one is going to be a discussion about ARMS, the new title coming to the Switch. And I got with me Shadow Fox.
How you doing? Let's test punch.
All right, now the past 2 weekends, Nintendo gave a test punch, much in the same vein of the Splatoon, uh, those
Test fire.
Splatoon test fires. Yeah, test. I keep forgetting that.
It was a
Splatoon
year
test
ago.
fire. Yeah. Now let me say this first. I like them, but I don't like them, and I'll give you a reason why. I hate being told I can only try it at this time.
Yeah, that kind of
Because
sucked.
sometimes I got shit to do. I'm an adult, and I hate being an adult. Don't get me wrong, because responsibilities suck. But sometimes I just want to let me have a weekend, a whole weekend, just a whole weekend from Friday to Sunday. Just give me a whole weekend, and then that will give y'all the perfect time to test y'all servers.
Yep.
In real time.
Yeah, I don't think the little hour. Maybe it's just to get short little bits of information for them as far as data load in different regions.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that they're just like, hey, well, this many people showed up this time, and this many people showed up over here, and we had this type of server overload here, so they know where to shift resources. I don't know if that's the majority of what they're doing, or they're really trying to see what the players are going to do and how many like it. And yeah, I don't think there was no way to take a survey and give them feedback or anything. So I just think on this end it's performance that they're looking at. So
Well, Nintendo, as a
no
card
beta.
carrying adult, stop doing that. Right.
Yeah.
I'm just asking for a weekend, just one full weekend. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, it's been done before. Like I mean, with some of the biggest games, like they did it with Halo 2, I think.
Did they do it 3?
No, was it? No, it was 3. 3 was like online almost all the time. It was
Yeah.
like, do you have crack now? Okay, come on in here. We're gonna log everything. We'll go ahead and sign in. And
Yeah,
that's
basically, yeah. So that being said, the test punch I feel was a success because they gave us the party match mode. Now they gave us different things to do in that party match in that hour. So first weekend we got V-ball, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and free for all. Either 3 free for all or 4-player free for all.
those were rare, but yeah.
Yeah, because I did get in a 3-player and I did get in a 4-player. That is crazy. The
Yeah.
3 and 4-player free for all, that is just crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of chaos.
Yeah, it's like Smash Brothers on speed. So that being said, I enjoyed it. Now I will say before we go into like the little sport ones that they did, because the second weekend we got skill shot and hoops on top of the regular 1v1, 2v2 stuff like that. So from a regular fighting standpoint, the 1v1, because I like 1v1 because it's easier to maneuver. You can tell what's going on. It's a straight up regular boxing match, ready to rumble style with motion controls. If you choose to use them. So let me make that distinction right now. You do not have to use motion controls if you do not want to, because some of y'all will bash this game and don't even realize that there's multiple control options for you.
Yeah, my son played with just the regular controls while we did party match the first time pre Twin Tail.
Yeah, because I played the first time I did it, I played with the motion controls. The rest of the time I used the pro controller. Either or felt comfortable to me, so it didn't bother me at all. I'll probably do pro controller when I'm doing like a long session though, and I'll probably just do like the motion control when I just want to get a quick one in or something like that.
I will say this, and I'm gonna give a PSA for this. Um, the itty bitty Joy-Con on its side is not given as much credit as it should be, because that little thing actually does work. Obviously it takes some getting used to, but I have played ARMS with this. I have played Street Fighter with this, and it's actually it's okay. It can be done.
I played Garo with it. I found a way to do it, and I played Garo with it.
Wow.
So yeah, it can be done.
Everybody tends to look. They're like, I'm not playing with that little bitty thing. You'll be surprised when somebody hand it to you, and that's your only way to play.
But the thing is, it's comfortable though.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable. Like playing sideways, and yes, it does look stupid. It does look ridiculous. We know that, right? The thing is, you actually don't feel it. You really don't feel it. And I have big hands,
I would
so
suggest if you do it, always take the left Joy-Con, because if you take the right Joy-Con, you will accidentally hit the home button almost all the time because your hand is going to slip off the thumbstick.
mm-hmm.
So just a heads up for those that do decide to go that way. Do not play any fighting game or any type of game for that matter with the right Joy-Con. So
yeah, I can agree to that because I be slipping off of it all the time myself. So that has happened to me as well. So, question: who did you main?
this is gonna sound really really boring, but Ribbon Girl and Twintail. So the first week was literally, and the reason why that is just so to familiarize myself with their loadouts. Like I tried different loadouts for different scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
and I just basically jotted down information in my head as far as like timing and what attacks do what counters what and that type of deal. So um, yeah, just different things. The parasol and the Thunderbird, just and how they work in matches was the main reason why I did that.
That makes sense because that's another thing that this game is going to probably be crazy in depth because you will have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Me, I was rolling with Ninjara or Springman, and I got to a point where I had like one arm was a chakram and the other one was a heavy punch, was a heavy glove.
It's like
That's what
it's
worked
like
for me.
it's a motion controlled punch out game, but before you fight each other, you have loadouts.
Yeah,
Like, that's basically what it is, and it's ridiculous, but it's fun. So
yeah. And that's another thing that I really don't think like I think like people are gonna because I know this is gonna probably go to the competitive esport people who love to like come up with their techniques and try to make it seem like they didn't figure something out and when really nobody really cares.
exactly.
The amount of like because it all comes down to timing and it all comes down to how your character reacts. Because every character has something special about them.
Yes.
So you just have to figure out what works for you. Like Springman, if you get him down low, he automatically goes into his gloves stay charged.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For his when his health gets low,
When
yeah,
his health gets low.
he gets critical.
Yeah, Ribbon Girl, that she stay in the air like she flying. That just pissed me off.
Mm-hmm. But then the other thing is like slower people, like people that don't really can't really maneuver that much. Their stages kind of help them out too. So if you're playing their stage, they have things to help them out.
Like
In that,
Mummy.
yeah.
That freaking Solomon Grundy looking knockoff. But I will say that like this game, I'm interested to get the full game because I'm interested to see how that Grand Prix is going to go. And I know online is going to be where it's at, but the way they've been talking this game up, like they're going to be giving us just like Splatoon, they're going to be giving us like free more characters, more arenas. So this is going to be interesting going forward because right now it's at 10 characters right now. And to me, the character roster that I see, it looks nice to me because
all new fighting games should just start with 10 characters. I mean, it happened with originally it was just shot. I think it was 12. No, it was 10. It was 10 in Mortal Kombat when it came out. It was 10 in Killer Instinct when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
The Street Fighter 3 doesn't count. They redid everything but it's still Street Fighter, so I guess it doesn't count. Um, who Weapon
Soul
Lord
Calibur,
had
I think
11.
Soul Calibur had like 12 though.
Yeah, Soul Calibur had 12, but two of them were bosses, so I guess yeah.
Well, we can all blame Marvel vs. Capcom for that.
Yeah, Marvel's Capcom killed it.
Yeah,
But to be
and
fair,
they 70
it's
something characters. I'm like, come on, dude.
so is that really the most successful um how can I
Fighter?
say that no, not fighter, the most successful what do you call those? Not a franchise game, but a sponsored game. What do you call those? Like the movie tie-ins and all that. There's a
Oh,
certain name for them, but
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what the name of it is.
yeah, but that's clearly the most successful one because it has so many franchises all rolled up in it. So
And plus, he had Marvel backing it, so yeah, that was that. Yeah.
yeah.
So I actually like the way they got it set up. Now, the other thing that they let us do was outside of the traditional fights, like the 2-on-2 with the little ribbon between your partner and you.
Yeah, everybody that I listen to, like I was listening to Terminator Juice and their opinions on it too. Like nobody seems to really like that. I thought it was okay.
It didn't bother me. The only thing that bothered me was like when you get too close, you can't tell what's happening. Like when y'all don't move away from each other, you can't tell what's going on. You really can't.
Well, it was okay with me whenever I got in those matches and it was me and my son because we kind of knew what we would do and I could just talk to him and say, hey, go over there or something. Since we're side by side, but with a stranger, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nightmare. I can see it being a nightmare, but if you're with friends, that's not gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah. I think you'd be able to read each other, and you wouldn't even have to look around too tough because you already know you it's predetermined in your mind. Hey, I got this guy. You have this guy, or whenever this person's health gets low, let's both double team on them or whatever. That kind of deal is, it kind of some of that stuff goes without saying. So
Which which would come in handy. That's why I think I think like we got to see how, like I said, once again, it's one of those situations where that situation I like to see it when we get the full game and see what happens. Because like during the test punch, like me, I had no idea who I was playing with, so it was just I won a couple, I lost a couple, but the only thing that really upset me was when like everybody stayed in the middle. Yeah, you can't tell what's going on in. You really can't tell what's going on.
And people staying in the middle because of the chaos and because the drops are there. So they get the health or whatever. So they were trying to, stay in that area to make sure they got whatever was there. And then, everybody runs like hell when the drop ends up being a bomb.
Yeah, because Nintendo did troll.
Yeah. They're like, hey, it's more health. Nope, it's a bomb.
It's a bomb. Good luck. So the next one was the free-for-alls. Now, the 3-player free-for-all, not that bad. The 4-player free-for-all in that DNA Helix arena was a pain simply because of all the stuff that was in the way. It was one of those situations where the whole purpose and reason of the game is all of the timing and the setups and all that. So if you don't have a good idea of your character, it could be a challenge when you're in like a free-for-all game on a board that's kind of cluttered because that DNA stage is kind of cluttered a little bit.
Yeah, real cluttered, and stuff starts breaking. And I mean, it looks nice, but you need to be able to focus on what you're doing.
Yeah, because the best my strategy for that one, when the second time I got a 4-player free-for-all in that place, I started breaking them tubes myself.
Just get them out of the way.
Get them out the way.
Yep.
Because people were hiding behind them.
So, yeah, you can do that, but I don't know. I couldn't really tell if that stuff will fall on you and give you damage or not. I couldn't really tell.
At one point, I just didn't care. I was just breaking them.
Yeah, just move them out of the way. Just
move them out of the way so I can see.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about those little special little games that they gave. The first one, that V-ball, the volleyball.
It wasn't that bad. I didn't figure out what you needed to do because, and I heard this elsewhere too. Like when you first play that game, the first thing you do, everybody just swings like crazy. They're just like trying to swat the ball as much as possible. But apparently, there's a little touch you have to put on it, kind of like old school Super Spike V ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it was too late for me to have figured that out by the time, because I think I'd only come across that game maybe twice the entire hour. So by the second time around when I got to play it, my partner obviously wasn't tracking as far as what needed to be done. So, I was trying to figure out some strategies here and there, but I think that's something that you'll have to play offline a little bit and play like against the computer or something, and then go online and try to compete.
I can see that because me, I loved it because I kind of got it. I kind of got the hang of it in the middle of the first time I was doing it, because I guess the person I was playing against already knew, so we had a nice little back and forth going on the first time I played it, and then the second time I was like, okay, I get what I need to do. I need to put this heavy arm down and get one of my faster arms and just keep it on their side. So I actually enjoyed it because it was something. It's something just different that breaks up the gameplay, and I kind of like that a little bit. So if that's going to be in the party match mode, I'm going to love that. I'm going to love that. Now the other one, Hoops was off the chain.
Yeah, Hoops was, you're literally slam dunking each other. So
yeah, you take your opponent and put them through the hoop.
Yeah, so I had fun with that one, but unfortunately, it teaches people how to spam grab and frame traps with grabs and stuff like that. So as soon as you get up off the ground, somebody's picking you up again. So, but there's ways out of it. You just have to play around a little bit and figure out how to move around. So they tried their best to make it as much like Street Fighter as possible, to where there was no one thing that could be spammed over and over again. So
yeah, I can see that. Last thing I wanted to say before we get out of here, the headlock thing. Now that thing that was happening during this last weekend's TestPunch, I thought was actually cool at first. But if you play, make sure that that happens to you. Y'all fight headlock. Don't fight each other.
Man, oh my God.
Just fight headlock.
It was a learning process.
Yeah. The first 2 times I played, the people were fighting me. I'm like, dude, we need to fight it, not me.
I did not know you could permanently disable some of the arms either. I thought that, that it was just like anybody else, where you could just stun them and then they come back or whatever. You could permanently disable them until he's done.
Yeah.
So at least that weekend.
It was hard to get him like that. So
yeah, and his hits were really hard. So
yeah, I guess that comes when you have like 8 arms. But that being said, I enjoyed it overall. I thought it was fun. I am picking this one up next week, day one, because sorry Splatoon 2, you're gonna get picked up at a later date. I'm getting arms this time, so I enjoyed it. Your final thoughts,
man? I'm all into it. I'm down for it. That and Splatoon 2, to be honest with you. But I've been sold by Twin Tail, but I don't think we need to even speak about that. I think the internet speaks enough.
Yes, it does.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's actually a fun character to play with too. So, I've experimented with Ribbon Girl, Spring Man, her. Mechanica, and a couple other people, but I mainly only played with Ribbon Girl and Twin Tail, and I had a blast. So it's just fun moving around the environments and whatnot, and doing practice punches or whatever while you're waiting on your next match. The way they have it set up and the way they got the online set up and everything, if it's like that day one, I'm sold. So
yeah, especially the way they got it set up. I don't see why anybody would be complaining about it. So if you are complaining about it, like the way the setup is, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it was good to me. Oh, you didn't tell me. How do you change the costumes?
Oh, you have to push down on the left stick and tilt like to the left, right, or down.
Okay.
And you'll see what the different costumes are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, yeah, because I like playing with the alternate color of Ninjara and Springman. So.
Awesome.
Yeah. But people, that does it for this little quickie arms discussion. Probably a full-on discussion once the game actually drops.
Yes.
And we'll probably see you guys then. Shadow, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Shadowcast will be coming in the future. I'll have to talk that later, depending on who's all going to be involved. So we'll work that out.
Gotcha. Okay, and there'll be some more gameplay, some different games coming up on my channel. So just stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on our next vid. Peace out, peeps.
Deuces.